So, things didn't go as planned. So a while ago, I taught myself how to play Lord of the Rings, Concerning Hobbit and In Dreams on the piano. Now, Lord of the Rings is one of my most favorite films, and it's the film that inspired me to become a filmmaker. So that film is really dear and near to my heart, and I wanted to make a cover that kind of represent it and also be as beautiful and as close resemblance to the movies as it could be with my no budget. However, two factors happened here. I only have one video light, which is the aperture 300x. And the second thing is it's COVID-19 time and lockdowns were in and out and it was all over the place. But I wanted to make this cover. So what happened was I decided that maybe I should use a green screen and set up a green screen. But before that, actually, what led to that decision was that I was on YouTube and I watched this amazing cinematographer and editor. Her name is Camera Girl Helena. I hope I said it right. Please check out her YouTube channel. She's incredible. And she made an entire Lord of the Ring inspired promo video just in her apartment with a few of her friends, and she used the blue screen, I believe, and she did like a whole breakdown of it, and it inspired me incredibly. The idea that she just could turn out such a high quality commercial made me feel like maybe I could also do something similar. You know, I was a bit jealous. So what I did was I actually decided that I will be using a green screen. Now I have not used a green screen before, not a lot. So it was a challenge. It was a challenge to figure out how to do it. And also, everything was locked down. Like, there were only very few shops opened. So I decided that I'm just gonna look for the nearest shop that kind of sells just basic fabric and find the color green and just have it as a green screen because that's what I can afford right now. And I can only use one light and use whatever like lamp in the house that I can complement. So I went outside and I got the green screen, which is not ideal green screen, but I knew that that was the only way for me to get the green screen as soon as possible and not wait for any lockdown to lift or anything. First of all, I wanted to find the background that I want to put on the green screen so I know exactly how to light myself and how to light the set and how to make it look as natural as possible. So that was my first challenge. My second challenge is lighting the green screen. So the way I tackled the first challenge was I went ahead and I looked online, and there's a beautiful channel on YouTube called Ambient World. Please go and check them out. They make this beautiful music covers. So I emailed them and they gave me permission to use one of their beautiful background that is Hobbit inspired and has this little twinkly light. And then my second challenge was lighting the green screen. So the way I lit green screen was by using daylight. Just natural light from the window, which is crazy, and it's a nightmare to work with in post-production, but that was the only way. I didn't have lights, as I said earlier, and I rather use my aperture to light my face than light the green screen, and otherwise it will look mismatched. So the most important thing was finding a time of the day when the light is consistent enough, and the second thing is that I needed a separation between my key light and my background. I couldn't have anything spill on the background. First of all, what I did was I got two stands and I set up the green screen on them. So I just made sure that it's as tight as possible and it does not have any creases on the surface. And I put it right in front of a window, and the window is basically behind the green screen, so I can get as much light coming from outside as possible. So that was the first part. Now the second part was studying the background and figuring out how the light is behaving. What are the light sources in the background? So the first thing was the sun, and it's kind of a sunset time, I believe. So I have a bicolor light, which is the aperture 300x, and I set that up to tungsten, and I positioned it in a way that the sun would be at an angle where the sun would be hitting my face if I were in the place. And the second light was the flickering light in the background, and that light I basically used an IKEA light. It had a spotlight which was perfect, and it was tungsten as well, and that light basically was my my hair light, my backlight, and basically it looked like it's the light coming from that light, actually, from the light in the background. So that was the 2 light sources I have, and the 3rd light source was just daylight, which is the natural lighting that was coming from outside from the window. Now it took many takes. Like it took about 4 days for me to get this proper. A lot of times it would be that one point of the screen will be very bright and the other point will be very dark. Another point would be that the performance just wasn't up to standard for me, because I also have to perform the piano cover and I only have 1 camera. So this was how I lit up the set itself. Now the 3rd aspect of this whole thing was that my piano was extremely reflective. The surface was extremely reflective. So what I decided to do was basically get a black cloth and cover my entire piano with black cloth, so I can block any green screen spill that is falling on my piano, so I can key it out in post-production properly. And that was my main footage done. And then for the close-up, I actually just took the camera, changed the whole position of the camera, and then I basically shot a close-up shot of my hand with exactly the same lighting setup that I had for the white. So that's how I established the close-up and the white in front of the green screen. Now, in post-production, all I had to do was basically again, find the right take with the right lighting on the green screen that I can just key out. So I keyed out the whole thing and then I enhanced it a little bit, and ta-da! It actually kind of worked out. I have no idea how, but it did. And I think honestly it was because I really paid attention to the lighting. That's the most important thing. The lighting of my skin, the lighting of the backlight. I know that it would have saved me so much time if I just had lights to light the green screen, because then I would not have to worry about the outside light. But then again, I had my limitations and I had to do what I had to do to achieve the piano cover that I was dreaming to achieve. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate you following me and following my channel. I will try to make a YouTube video, a YouTube tutorial on how to play it. But if you wanted a behind the scene look, this is the way I did the whole thing. And I'll see you in the next video, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. Have a beautiful day ahead.